Hello students, I hope all of you are doing well with chemistry studies, and I am here back with my new video on nature of CX bond of lesson number 10, haloalkanes and haloarenes from part 2 of your chemistry textbook. Students, I wish that you should see my earlier videos which I have posted, the topics which are covered before this, and subscribe to the channel too. And if you like the video, share to your friends further in the benefit of all. Okay, let us start with today's topic, that is nature of your CX bond. So students, you are all aware this X is nothing but a general representation for your halogens. And yes, when I am talking about CX bond here, I am talking about this bond present in alkyl halides. Now, so students, let me explain you that this particular X, that is your halogen atom or atoms, let me write, are, you are knowing, are more electronegative than carbon. Now, when it is attached to carbon, we are discussing in this particular point the electronegative point between these two. Halogens, you know, are belonging to 17th group, carbon belonging to 14th group, and you are also aware when you are moving across a period, electronegativity keeps on increasing. So X, that is a halogen, is more electronegative than carbon in this case. Yeah, hoping that you are knowing the meaning of electronegative. You should know that electronegativity is nothing but the ability of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards it. So when I am saying that halogens are more electronegative than carbon, then what happens? The shared pair of electrons which you are able to see between them, between this C and X, lies closer to X. Okay, closer to halogen atom. That is what is the definition of electronegativity, right? X being more electronegative, it will attract the shared pair of electron between these two atoms towards itself. Fine students, when this happens, you know, you can say, so this particular CX bond which is formed, CX bond of your alkyl halide, as I discussed, we are talking about the presence of CX bond in alkyl halides, becomes polar. So is polar covalent bond. Fine. Now let me give you an understanding of the same with the figure. Fine. What it is all about. See, I discussed CX bond. Fine. Now this is present in your alkyl halides. Now I told you that this particular X is more electronegative than carbon. So what happens, you know, this particular shared pair of electron between this carbon and halogen is being attracted by the halogen towards itself. This shared pair of electron gets attracted towards the halogen, and when this happens, obviously X will be developing a partial negative charge over it and carbon develops a partial positive charge, thereby giving rise to the polar covalent bond between C and X. Fine students. Now let us discuss further about this particular property in the group. In the group, when I say, obviously I would discuss group 17. In group 17, you are knowing that you have fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. And yes, of course, we are also aware about the size of these particular atoms when you move down this particular 17th group. You are knowing that the size keeps on increasing. Okay. So in 17th group, when you are moving down from fluorine to iodine, size increases, indicates your fluorine is smallest and iodine atom is largest atom. Okay, now keeping this in mind, you can say that this particular CX bond in the alkyl halides, in terms of its bond length, also obviously it will increase. When you are moving down the group, size keeps on increasing, so this is increasing, right? The bond length between C and X keeps on increasing because your halogen size is increasing. So what is the point I wish to mention for you over here is CX bond length also increases from, specifically if I wish to discuss in this case here, I can write like this also, from CF to your CI. Okay students, from fluorine to iodine. Yes. Now let me discuss one very important point, and that is your this bond length itself. From exam point of view it is important. So see, I have marked it as an important point. What is the point all about is the bond length itself. See, it is bond length, I said, when you are moving down is keeping on increasing. Now when bond length increases, you are very well aware that it will be inversely proportional to the bond enthalpy. You will require less energy to break the bond if you are having more distance between the two atoms, right? So bond length is inversely proportional to bond enthalpy. If bond length increases, your bond enthalpy will be less or it decreases, and if this is more, then this will be less. Fine. Now students, usually like bond length is measured in terms of picometers, and bond enthalpy you can measure it in terms of kilojoules per mole. Okay, so this was one of the very important concept or the relation which you were supposed to know. Now students, from fluorine to iodine, when you are moving down in the group, and if I wish to discuss about this particular property of electronegativity, what can you say about it? What can you say about this particular electronegativity property if I wish to discuss from fluorine to iodine? Obviously, I told you when size increases, your electronegativity will be decreasing. So when moving from fluorine to iodine, electronegativity decreases. And once the electronegativity decreases, you can say therefore the polarity of CX bond and also the dipole moment. What is dipole moment, students? Yeah, it is the product of charge and the distance between the two atoms. Now the point which right now I am discussing is electronegativity when decreases from moving in a group from fluorine to iodine, that is down, the polarity of this particular CX bond and also the dipole moment should decrease, obviously, right? Why it should decrease is because of electronegativity polarity is developed. Fine. So if the electronegativity decreases of your CX bond, between the CX bond, then your polarity of CX bond and also the dipole moment should decrease. Okay, I hope it is understood, students. But exceptionally, I wish to discuss one thing with you people. And what is that? Let us have a look at. Now let us have a look at these two examples, that is fluoromethane and chloromethane. Now have a keen look at the point which I have above explained you. I discussed when you are moving down in group 17, your electronegativity decreases of these particular atoms. If electronegativity decreases, obviously the polarity of this particular bond in various compounds involving these halogens will decrease, and with polarity your dipole moment also should decrease. As I said, what is dipole moment? It is nothing but the product of charge and the distance between the two atoms. So if it is decreasing, the polarity of CX bond is decreasing, then chloromethane should have less polarity. What do you say? It should have a less polarity. What do you say? Yes, but I said that I am discussing something exceptional. So here actually it is CH3F, that is CF bond polarity is less than CCl bonds polarity, and this is very important. Now you may ask why it is violating this particular point. So let me clarify you this particular thing. Now students, if you will look at the magnitude of this particular F in case of fluoromethane, obviously it is much higher than this particular magnitude of Cl atom. Okay, so first point what you need to keep in mind is the negative charge of F atom is much higher than that of Cl atom, but due to the small size of fluorine as compared to chlorine, the charge and the distance, that is the dipole moment of this particular CH3F, turns out to be slightly lower than that of this particular CH3Cl. So I hope you have understood this particular point. Its magnitude is very higher. Though having magnitude higher, the size of it is very small, and hence the polarity of CX bond is also less when compared to CH3Cl. So that was all the topic about nature of CX bond which I brought to your notice. And as I said, I am repeating again, this particular point of bond length inversely related to bond enthalpy is very important. Okay students, hope you have liked the videos earlier also, and hope you will like the present video too. See that you are subscribing to the channel, and if you wish to ask me something or present before you on to some other topic, or clear your doubt on a particular topic by preparing a video, do share me your views. Thank you all. Have a nice day.